of my time.
With the feeling, and you ride it back away, crashing so the sparks can come together. Don't need a reason why the universe was made. It goes on and on and on and on forever. And it's a long flight on this battle star where we fight for love no matter where we are. Oh, 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 oh. And there's a big bang in this universe, and it makes me feel like the go don't work. As we go on, like we do, when it's hot outside, I wanna just chill with you, what you need, to put your little mind at ease. There's a little sunshine in the summer breeze. Yes, right. Baby, if you feel the same, let me know.
Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. Welcome to the NFL on EA Sports. We've got a matchup today where the focus will be on the passing game. The Chargers are top 10 at defending the pass. They'll be going up against the Dolphins, who will need to solve that secondary.
Larry, thank you very much. The last time the LA Chargers played a home game was December 18th, 1960. But they've got one here as we welcome you to the StubHub Center in Carson. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Miami Dolphins and the Los Angeles Chargers. They'll throw on first down with Lynch. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 33. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
Brandon, when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach and talked about how they wanted to begin this game offensively, they talked about their script, didn't they? 10 to 15 plays, the first 10 to 15 they had on their script. Nowhere on the script was there throwing an interception, I have to believe.
A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down. If these kinds of lanes are available, you have to feel like he's going to have a pretty big game on the ground.
Yeah, you can tell early on he's got a little burst in his step, and that's a big pickup right there on first down.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Third down here for the offense after the incomplete pass.
Set, clean. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Watch it now, Barney. Back 99 Philly. Here we go. Back 99 Philly. Here we go. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he will have a first down at about the 21-yard line. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
I like the look that they just showed there. When you come out in a passing formation, spread things out a little bit, makes it really hard to cover the middle of the field, doesn't it? Because you got to go out to the perimeter and cover those guys.
Yep, exactly. Got some good blocking, too. Helped him pick up the first. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. A great play there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Chargers have taken a first-quarter lead. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him? And you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins offense now heads back on the field. And last time, 1 play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see when they decide to do a play caller.
Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Hurry up, here we go. Green, 39.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And a short pickup there as he'll take this up to right around the 20. Only 2 yards on the carry. That's going to set up a 3rd and long, 3rd and 15 to be exact. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Play action. It's Lynch. And he's going to be wrapped up and driven down. Joey Bosa with a big-time sack on 3rd down. And it'll be a loss of 7. The Dolphins will send out the punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. So out come the Chargers. And certainly they'll be hoping to hit pay dirt like they did on the last drive. Got the football back, so a chance to go up 2 scores.
And they haven't been tentative at all in this ball game because sometimes you start a game with your script to try and get information out of the opposing defense. How will they play you in certain situations? Sometimes you script to attack, and that's what I'm seeing so far.
And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
How about this offense already feeling good about themselves with a touchdown already in their first drive? They've certainly come out firing, even though that one was incomplete.
With the 7-0 lead, more apt to take a shot like that downfield?
Hey, you're 1 to the good. Go ahead and try and press your advantage.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And he finds a man on a crossing route. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
I know we just saw a nice throwing catch, but how about the big guys up front buying that time? Yeah, that's exactly what they did. They created time and allowed the space to happen, and it turned into a really nice play.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's got room. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
Well, partner, I have to say they called him in the right defense there. Nickel set, fifth defensive back on the field, and they love to run against that because now you typically get a bigger blocker on a smaller defender.
Yeah, because those DBs like you, they want the interception. They're not as worried about the running play, right?
Not at all. I still remember being in school, and one of my offensive line teammates used to say, boy, I'd love to come downfield and hit you little people.
Good run there. And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground.
Here we go now.
They'll drop the throw. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Call it a 3-yard gain, and it'll be 2nd and goal. They come out with one back and 3 tight ends. And he's got his man. It's Henry for a Chargers touchdown. Hunter Henry, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Chargers find a way to stretch their lead. And it's good to make it 14-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. So now here come the Dolphins. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Dolphins have a first down. And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. And to give this time to the tailback. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 18 big yards on that one, and a Miami first.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result, because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played. Every year I go to the combine and marvel at the speeds that linebackers are running nowadays. They run like DBs, and let's face it, they know how to finish plays too. Eyes up, head up, run right through them.
So now 11 yards to go for this offensive unit. It's 2nd down.
Back nine and out, Philly. Here we go. Here we go. Watch it now, Barney. Watch it now, Barney. Barney. Set.
Now they'll look to throw it with Lynch. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. It's a gain of 5. And just like that, it's 3rd down.
Back nine and out, Philly. Here we go. Now let's go. Detroit. Leopard. Hurry up. Here we go. No. Check. Patriot.
From the gun, it's Lynch. He's going to rifle one deep left side. Oh, it's a touchdown if he holds on. Instead, it's 4th down.
I know you felt like saying touchdown there, didn't you, partner? That looked like a sure 6 points, but the contact jarred it free.
Got his hands on it, could not hold on through the end of the play. And he has got it. from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. So this offensive unit, they've now had 3 drives, and they only have 3 points to show for it.
Payoff is the key for everything. How many offenses we talk to that say we have to finish drives? Thus far, this team hasn't finished it quite the way they've wanted to.
And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Hoping now to get back in the end zone on this 4th possession. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. He's got the hook up with Conley. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop. But that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything. So it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He's going to go deep for Conley. That's caught at the 25. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. A big play there. 77 yards. And the Chargers are going to add on to their lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
This one taken from the 7. Now a hit and a loose football. And I think he was able to get back on it. He was. So they will get the ball after all, but that could have been a disaster.
I didn't do this in college, but I did it in high school. When you return kicks and you lose it yourself, the panic that goes through you and the determination to get the ball back, I don't even know how to describe it. And I think we just saw an example there.
Yeah, and the relief when you get it back like he did.
Yeah, you go to the sidelines, you know you're going to get yelled at, but you can handle it because you got the ball back.
He takes this from the 30 to the 34. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Room here to run. A Miami first down and a 14-yard pickup.
Well, how many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. That led to a really nice game.
15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
They'll run it now out of the gun. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. They'll run it now out of the gun. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. And they'll send the tight end in motion. On 3rd down, Lynch trying to lay one up deep. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins.
We see this route all the time, but when it's well executed, it's a beauty.
It feels like the fade takes forever to develop, like that ball is just hanging in the air.
And the reason why is that the receiver is trying his best to work the defender inside and give himself space to fade away from him and catch the football, and that's exactly what happened there.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it can be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in at this stage of the game.
On play action, they'll throw. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
All right, now look at business. Hurry up, here we go. Blue, landed.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
All right, here we go. All right, now look at back 99 Philly. Here we go. Leopard, Leopard. Hot.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
And absolutely zero surprise that one was incomplete, huh? I mean, truthfully, how many OCs have we seen with 3rd and 20 on their play sheet and go, oh, I've got the exact play to dial up?
No, that's just a head scratching down when you're facing a 3rd and 20. Tried to complete it, couldn't get it done. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. It'll be a net of 40 yards following a punt of 44. And it'll be Dolphin football. And out come the Dolphins now. And they're going to need another score. Got one last time, but still down here.
When you're playing catch-up, every possession becomes crucial, doesn't it? It's vital. Get back out on the field, punch it in the end zone again. They know it's not easy, but what they do have going for them, they did score the last time. They think they've got a good formula working.
And what about the defense?
Well, now you're just saying to yourself, okay, we gave up a score last time. What adjustments do we need to make to slow them down now and get the ball back for our own offense? Is it more pressure? Is it more zone? What do they have to do? They're trying to figure that out themselves.
We'll see if they can figure that out right here. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. We'll come back to Southern California after this. The wide receiver moving to a new spot. They'll run it now out of the gun. Always got some breathing room. And he'll take this all the way down to the 15-yard line. A big play there off the option. 41 yards.
Now let's go. Watch him now, Barney.
From the red zone now, here's Lynch on first down. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. A gain of 6 there on first.
Leopard, Leopard. No. Hurry up, here we go. 3-19. Leopard, Leopard.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. A great effort there with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Dolphins have got it back to a one-score game. And this one through the uprights and good. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 12.
Let's go. Green, 30.
Now this time he'll look to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's brought down after a good gain. A very solid gain of 27.
Set. Green, 39. Green. Gun.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half.
Detroit. Detroit. No. Check. Patriots. Patriots. No. Check. Patriots.
He'll drop to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off around the 41. And he will score. Touchdown, Miami. Charles, I'm looking at you, and understandably your mouth is wide open in disbelief. What were they thinking?
That's going to be one of the great mysteries, but I do know this. When they went out on offense, I will guarantee they told them, don't just make anticipatory throws. Make sure you see it before you throw it. Didn't happen here.
Trying to protect that lead, and now they gave it up. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He's got his man on the crossing route. A big play there just before halftime. 43 yards.
That was a nice pickup, some chunk yardage there. Some of those big yards downfield with a little bit of rack thrown in there, a little run after catch. And it came on a crossing route. I could just hear one of my friends who won 4 Super Bowls as a quarterback always said the same thing. What route does a defense hate? Crossing route. Hate it, because it's hard to change direction when they get going full speed in the other way.
And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it.
All right, now, lucky 56. Black 99, let's go. Black 99, Philly, here we go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash, this from 37. And this one's knuckling it. It just does get over the crossbar. He didn't get much of it, but he got it to go. So thanks to the late field goal, we are all tied up heading to intermission. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. Out comes the Chargers as they'll go on offense now to start this third quarter. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You've got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
second down following the run.
All right, here we go.
Flag comes in. This might be a free play. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. So the offense readies for a 2nd and 4. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. They got 2 of the 3 they needed there. It leaves them with 3rd and just a yard.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people,
All right, here we go.
hard to get them started again occasionally.
They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. He's going to look deep down the field. And that's caught inside the 35. And he takes this one down all the way near the 30. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he gets stopped up at the 31 after a gain of maybe a yard.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run.
Let's go.
He'll look to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Raekwon McMillan. He's at the 40. Past the 20. 10. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Dolphins touchdown. So that is 2 pick sixes he's thrown in this football game. Now, you take those away, Charles, it's a completely different situation.
It totally is, but guess what? They have to deal with what they have now, okay? So they can't just mentally go, well, if we hadn't thrown those pick sixes, we'd be okay. Here's where you are. Here's where you're going to battle. But guess what? They're not out of it by any stretch of the imagination.
And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And following the pick 6, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
Second down, 8. Defense showing blitz.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Leopard. Leopard. All right, here we go. Detroit. Detroit. No. Check. Patriot.
They'll look to throw here. Buying time to his left. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
The Chargers on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. They'll set up to throw. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off around the 37. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. That is now 7 interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet, make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout. Bring in the guys that scout games for you with a different eye and watch him and see what's going on, and maybe they can pick up what the flaws are, and hopefully they can correct them.
They'll send a receiver in motion left. On 2nd down, here's Lynch. Escaping the pressure right. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. No chance at all. Way easier said than done.
And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. A great play there. His second touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Dolphins use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership.
No gain on that run, and while this team is down, they're not out of it by any stretch of the imagination. Maybe you just have to think about different style of running in order to get this guy going.
And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here, he throws it away, and now it's 3rd.
What's the old adage, be quick but don't hurry? Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of, otherwise he was going to get sacked.
The Chargers on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
Back 99 Philly, here we go. No. Leopard. Back 99 Philly, here we go. Watch him now, Barney.
Looking to throw. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. I don't think that was a blitz, was it?
No, not at all. I mean, there was no blitz called on the play. Had other responsibilities, but he saw an opportunity, saw a path, and he took it.
First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. Take it at the 37. That'll go as a punt of 42, 7 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. They'll run it now out of the gun. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Yeah, let me puff out my chest a little bit, even though I'm not rooting for either team. That was a really nice defensive play. It's awfully fun to watch, even in an offensive game.
On 2nd down, Lynch. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and it'll be 3rd and 10.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
On 3rd down, Lynch. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. Back now at the StubHub Center in Carson, as we're about ready to rock and roll for the 4th and final quarter. The Dolphins will send out the punter now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line. The Chargers getting set to go. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
And Conley's got it over the middle. And he'll be taken down just shy of the 40. A very solid gain of 27. Fourth quarter, every drive's so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You got the first one for the second one to even matter.
Now a play fake here on first down. And he finds a man on the crossing route. And he takes this one all the way across midfield into enemy territory down to the 40-yard line.
Let's go.
They go play action here on first down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep two hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish.
Let's go.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And he comes back with one complete. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down.
Detroit. Let's go. Green 39.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And not only will he not get the few inches he needs, he's going to go backwards. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll bring up fourth down. And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Back to throw. And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off at the 20. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
So incomplete on first. Let's see what second down has in store. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's got some space here. That one good for 33 and a first.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. Finally, defensively, they have a little clip to show positive for actually stopping him running the football.
It's been a really long night for them, hasn't it? So they got a little bit of a win there, but...
And he lost the football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. The Dolphins on third down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. From the shotgun, it's Lynch. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off near the 34. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. That is the play they needed in a 2-score game here in the fourth quarter.
No doubt about it. They did what they had to do to give themselves a chance to get back into the game. They turned it over to the offense. They are now in charge.
Now they need to execute. He's going to sling this deep down. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off near the 42. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now, that's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. And now running right through it. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play, and they'll be facing a 3rd and 12. the gun, Lynch. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
And this one is right down the middle. And the Dolphins will add on to their lead. And you figure with that, this game's pretty well out of reach.
It would take a heck of a comeback at this point. Being 3 scores down, I think that's too much to ask with time winding down here in the 4th.
This one fielded at the 5. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Touchdown, LA! A big play there with his second touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Chargers, they're able to cut into that deficit. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. Two scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Then the Dolphins getting set to go here. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. And the offense behind the chains here, a touch on 2nd and 11.
Detroit! Detroit! Now let's go! Watch it now, Barney!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
And this is an absolutely big 3rd down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Pastor, you said big 3rd down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. And the wideout in motion. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. And a timeout here. Timeout taken, whistles blown. Timeout taken by the receiving team. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And following that long touchdown pass, a 1-play drive last time, to see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's going to let it fly. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. A big play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Chargers have made this a 1-score game. And he's able to put it through. A little less than 90 seconds to go. This will be an onside kick. And the Dolphins are going to recover. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though. Now this one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
Clock counting down toward 40 seconds as they take the knee. The Dolphins on third down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Lynch down to a knee, and that should just about do it. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Dolphins, they're into the win column for the 3rd time this year as they get the victory here. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the home team here, the loss will move them back to 3-2 on the year. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. So that's a wrap. For Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. Good night, everybody.
I stay myself, I never change, yeah. Do whatever, get you paid, yeah.
Cause, but I still low. Got 100 different in my cell phone. Still 33 for low. Ride to my dog sitting in jail. It's that ladder on the grass, spin it back, roll. I'm on Keller, I'm on Gresham, I'm on Flat Shore. I'm at Magic, I'm at Bally's, let them go. Then it's right back to the when I'm low. Bars never close and we wide open. Kicking flavor with me, neighbor, yeah, we local. Rap the bottom, cause the bottom where we come from. Need no pray for little paper, need a lump sum. Real spill, yeah, I would rather be a broke, real, little rich. All in love with her, she just wanna be a VIP with her. Don't blame me, oh, they just shame me. Had to get it, how I got it on my phone to be. Don't blame me, I'm what the game made me, not what the fame made me. I won't let it change me, I'm the same man.
I stay myself, I never change, yeah. Dirty started treat me like a stain, yeah. Do whatever, get you paid, yeah. Rolling from the cradle to the grave, yeah.
On my hood, on my block, yeah. On my, I won't stop, yeah. Play with me, I'll let it, yeah. Halo on me, Saint Laurent, yeah. Got me when it's cool, yeah. Keep one, move, yeah. You my little baby boo, yeah. I love you like my favorite color blue, girl. Real spill, yeah. I would rather be a broke, real, little rich. All in love with her. She just wanna be a VIP with her. Don't blame me, oh, they just shame me. Had to get it, how I got it on my phone to be. Don't blame me, I'm what the game made me, not what the fame made me. I won't let it change me, I'm the same man.
I stay myself, I never change, yeah. Dirty soda treat me like a stain, yeah. Do whatever, get you paid, yeah. Rolling from the cradle to the grave, yeah.
I come here today to talk about how I feel, and I feel like that we are treated differently than other people, and I don't like how we're treated, and just because of our doesn't mean anything to me.
It's just the way I feel. Mine's been racing so long, yeah. It's just no way to deal with these problems alone. And I really can't take it no more. I've been fighting temptations, my lord. I'm young and I'm restless, and I really can't help it. I never felt selfish before. I've been living so reckless, I know. Tell me, Lord, can you help me? I said, Lord, can you help me? Now everybody got problems, yeah, but waiting no more way to solve them. I really came up from the bottom, struggling my mama on the last dollar. Hustling, man, I've been putting in these hours. The government been trying to take away what's ours. Really all about the money and the power. I just wanna see my people in power. Tell me how we gon' shape this vision. Complaining all day, but in the same condition. If you wanna make change, it's gon' take commitment. Some people enslaved by their religion can't emancipate the fundamental principles. What I see through optics transform the wisdom. Watch me use my prophets, get them on the listen. I've been on a mission, and I really can't take it no more. I've been fighting temptations, my lord. I'm young and I'm restless, and I really can't help it. I never felt selfish before. I've been living so reckless, I know. Tell me, Lord, can you
everybody got fights, yeah, but wouldn't know what good advice was. Till they leave him lifeless. Another mama crying, it's another crisis. Lord knows we just trying to live righteous. Are you willing just to make the sacrifices? I know we can't continue living like this, and I never sell my soul cause that's priceless. Tell me how we gon' make a living. Hustle on the block, who gon' save the children? Minutes on the plot and I'm just revealing. The media just trying to make a villain. I just take the pain and paint a picture. Voices in my head, I hear the whispers when I feel this way. And I really can't take it no